Hello, welcome back to Global Weltrade Synthetic Signal Provider Service YouTube channel. If this is your first time of visiting this YouTube channel, do your best to subscribe and turn on the notification so you get notified each time I upload a new content. Try to like and comment and refer this channel to your network so that YouTube will push us to a high level of audience. Okay. You see, I don't just upload video anyhow. I actually go deep psychologically. I go deep spiritually. I actually look at what people are passing through, why they lose money, what frustrates people. I actually create this video, and most of these things are scientific, not just general ideas in trading. These are my own inventions, and being my own inventions, these things are from experience, meaning that they are facts, 100% facts and not theory. Okay, yes. When they do become theory, I actually do tag it as a theory. But really, anyone that doesn't have theory, any topic without a theory is much more fact. Okay, so the topic is power of low X and high Y time frame moving average gradient. That is the topic we're going to discuss. Okay, we shall be using moving average 200 for this analysis. Okay, we shall be using moving average 200 for this analysis. But the core thing we need to understand, like, let me go for introduction. Like, based on illustration, the core thing we need to understand is what is low S. Okay, what is low S and what is high Y TF time frame. Okay, you see, in this life we are modeled in twos. Life is binary. We have female and male. Okay, we have heaven and earth. Human beings have two hands, two legs, two eyes. Okay, that is a confirmation that our universe is modeled in binary. The earth have a moon to support it. Nothing happen unitary. Like, when you see a unitary coexistence, it means there are invisible super supporting uh, counterpart of it, but you can't see it, but it does exist. Okay, so when people are analyzing market, they do make a lot of mistake because they fail to understand that the market is on a binary mode. If you think forward, also think backward, and then have a resultant generalization of your knowledge of that market. Okay. So, time frame, time. What is time? Time is when something happen. Like, time has to have to do with rotation of um. It have to do with rotation. It have to do with season. If you are in the rainy season, the probability of rain falling is very close to 100%, right? But if you are in a rainy season, the probability of having sunshine on a regular basis is low, is going close to 0%. Okay. Now, what am I trying to say? Time is about season. Time is like astronomical event. If the moon stop rotating, remember the moon have to, like, the moon has to do with months. So if the moon stop rotating and the earth stop rotating, then the use of time on this planet will collapse. We will not be using time. The computer is designed based on random number generation mode, which is also, if the formula that they use to create random number is also based on astronomical timing. Okay, So what I'm saying here is you have to understand the power of time frame. Okay, actually many traders lose money because of different time frame. Like time frame are confusing. You can see a market buying in certain time frame, and the same market is actually selling in another time frame, and that bring the notion of activeness, like the active, like the notion of the part and activeness theory. Like what is happening right now matters a lot than what you generalize in the market. A market that is buying is better to follow a market that is buying now and buy than to reverse a market. Okay, so misunderstanding the time frame will actually make you to reverse a forward market, a continuous market, or will make you to to continue, like to follow, like to continue a market that is supposed to reverse. It actually make you to trade wrong market, to follow wrong directions if you cannot understand time frame. So the meaning of S is like it is female time frame. You see, in a man we have SY chromosome, or SY um, genetic character. Okay, why in female they only have SS. Okay, now uh, uh, let's not take that SS to be equals to X and SY to be equals to Y. Okay, so binary, you have to understand the power of, which means if the universe is governed by binary, then you have to believe this video. Okay, the low S is female time frame and the high Y is the male time frame, and you have to understand this, that exists so the I'm going to bring, is not a theory, it's a law. Okay, that exists a time frame such that one time frame is such that they like these two time frame have the same slope, they have the same gradient. Slope means gradient, but the female one, which is the lower one, is more it have it have lagging, like it's lagging, but it actually shows a sign of high volume for you to enter that market. Okay, now look at what I mean. If, for instance, this is the price axis and this is the time axis, this is the origin. Okay, if in female time frame S, let's say if we are in S domain, okay, and then we are going to be using EMA, exponential moving average 200, right? So if in S domain or female time frame, if we are having the moving average, if the moving average is sloping positive, that means it's going like this. Okay, positive slope, but with some lagging character. Lagging character there means you miss certain opportunity, like you will have some, like you must have lost some people, like you are entering this market now at certain price that is costly, a little bit costly, but the direction is correct. So that's what I mean by um, that lower time frame actually lag. Okay, now then you now enter the Y domain. You see the male time frame. Okay, you have to go to Y domain and check. Can you see? Can your moving average slope like this as well? If it slope like this, then you have to take this trade. For sure, this trade has high probability to win. No trade is 100% sure, but this trade has high probability to win. It's better to take high probability trade, okay, than to take trade without guidance, okay. So right now, we are going to the chart for practical application of these ideas, okay. So that's good. Okay, you see the line. This is the exponential moving average 200. Okay, um this moving average now is we are going to be studying the slope of this moving average. Now, what is slope? Slope is like like what is gradient? The gradient is like, okay, let's go into this deep intuitively. What is gradient? If you pick a point on the moving average and you draw tangent to a moving average, a tangent is a line. It will only touch one point on that curve. It will not touch another point, just one point on the curve. That is a tangent. So tangents are used to determine the direction of a curve. Okay. Now, if you put, if we select a dot here and you draw a tangent, you notice that the tangent is an approximation of a curve. The tangent will tend to be to it will tend to be very very close to the curve, but it is not going to cut cut it. So if I draw a tangent, it will be like, you see, so this is a tangent. So based on where your hand is going towards, that's the direction of that tangent. So this is direction of this tangent. Okay, so if we drop a horizontal line, which is the time axis, we drop it to that tangent, then you can now find the slope of that tangent. The slope of that tangent is actually approximately equal to the slope or the gradient of that curve, that exponential moving average. Okay, so for here right now, I will say that the gradient of this moving average is negative because it is sloping downwards. And from the mathematical point of view, the formula for gradient is tangent of an angle. So the grad g of a curve is the tangent term of the angle. Okay, like the tangent, like the trigonometric tangent of the angle subtended by a tangent to that curve. Okay, so if you follow the conventional way of measuring angles of in a quadrant, okay, so if you want to measure the angle between this tangent and the horizontal line, what you have to do is, you know that you have to start from the horizontal line and move anti-clockwise. So when you go like this, you notice that this angle is big. Like this angle is obtuse angle. Because it is an obtuse angle, by more than 90 degrees, tangent of obtuse angle are negative. The tan, if you use your calculator, let's assume this is can be around 100, let's say 150 degree, or one, let's say 210 degrees. So if you open your calculator and check, it's going to be negative. Let's check this and confirm it. Okay, then I'm going to be back. So right here, you will see that I've said this thing. Make sure this thing is supposed to be in degree. Okay, so right now we have to select tangent and then put 210. Okay, so we have a positive reading. So now put minus um put minus, let's say, uh when you check previously, the angle, it also like this have acute angle but in a negative direction. So put like minus 65 degree, then you have minus 2.144. Okay, now you can see some angle between 90 and 180 degree, okay, which is also an obtuse angle. So put something like 135, you also see a negative number. Put something like 140, you also see a negative number. You see, these are negative gradient. It shows that the market, the curve is pointing downwards. But if it is positive, then the curve is pointing upwards. So you have to define a convention of how you measure the angle and be consistent with it. You define convention of measuring the angle and you should be consistent with that convention. Okay, so for here, this moving average is currently going downwards. It's pointing downwards. So you have to learn the science of knowing how to know these gradients. Okay, so I will, for here, for this time frame is pointing downwards. Then let's go to some higher time frame. Let's try for 1 hour time frame. Okay, and see whether it will also point downwards. Look at this. In the higher time frame, it's not pointing downwards. It's actually pointing upwards. So it has a positive slope at higher time frame, which is 1 hour time frame. Okay, you see the magic now. Now, some people will be like, if you are monitoring this market in certain lower time frame, you will be attempted to sell. Okay, but at higher time frame, you see the better truth. We have better understanding of this market. So at that time frame, it will have a positive gradient. So we are not going to buy, we are not going to sell until we have two time frames that have the same direction. Okay, but one of the time frame should be lower and the other one should be higher. I think we should restrict lower time frame from 15 minutes to 1 minute time frame, and we should restrict higher time frame from 1 hour to a daily time frame. Okay, now I'm going to shake goods and see if we can get some idea more about this. So right now this is USD. If we are on a 5 minutes time frame, you notice that the curve is neutral. Yes, it's neutral because it was going upwards, that is positive gradient, and suddenly lose the gradient and start having a like it start going flat, meaning it stops sloping, meaning the gradient is zero, is neutral. Okay, right now we can't make any decision, but let's switch the time frame. Let's go to 15 minutes time frame. So in 15 minutes time frame, the slope is pointing upwards, right? Then can we get another time frame that also show that the slope is upwards, like the slope is positive? So let's try 1 hour time frame. In 1 hour time frame, we are seeing a different slope. The slope is negative. Okay, now what are we going to do? Let's check 4 hour time frame, another higher time frame. Yet when we check another time frame, the slope is negative. Now what is it trying to tell you? It's trying to tell you, wait, wait, don't trade, don't trade, don't trade, step down to lower time frame. Wait, wait, don't trade, step down to lower time frame. Shake when the slope is negative in the lower time frame. Enter the trade and you are going to succeed. As simple as that. I'll be ending this video. Thank you and bye for now.